And I'd like to welcome you to our 30th. We're going into our 30th year now. That means we're all getting old and we're historical pieces ourselves now. So anybody's older than we are, you're not allowed to talk. You have to just be quiet and smile. We'll do all the talking, us young puppies will. At this time, I'd like to introduce our mayor who will begin today's ceremony. Shirley?
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'd just like to say welcome to Heritage Day in Palmetto. I'm constantly amazed at the creativity of the staff here in the park and the members of the Palmetto Historical Commission and the Agricultural Museum. Year after year, they come up with one clever program after another, and this year it's no exception. Those of us who grew up here probably remember many of the various events and meetings that were held in the basement of our own Carnegie Library when we were children. My family has pictures of my sister with her brownie troop in the basement, much to my sister's dismay. Some of your families probably have similar photographs and memories. The library and the surrounding properties have been the home of local events for many, many years. Thank goodness there were selfless people in our community who chose to preserve the building itself, as well as the other historical properties and agricultural artifacts. Appropriately, in celebration of the 30th anniversary of the Palmetto Historical Commission and the 10th anniversary of the Agricultural Museum Board, this year's theme is Beginnings. And we have an amusing skit that looks at how the historical park got its beginnings, as well as an historical reenactment of Andrew Carnegie, a 20th century philanthropist who donated millions for public libraries throughout the United States. It's truly amazing how many talented thespians we have right here in our own city of Palmetto. If you've never toured the Carnegie Library here at Historical Park, I encourage you to take a look at it today, as well as the Agricultural Museum and the other historical buildings on the grounds. Each year, the Heritage Day tradition provides a fresh look at the history of Palmetto. We're thankful for our park staff, the clerk of the court, our Ag Museum Board, the Palmetto Historical Commission, the Board of County Commissioners, the Palmetto Community Redevelopment Agency, and the City of Palmetto for their hard work and for their commitment to carry on this tradition. Thank you today to the North River Fire Department for participating and making this day special for all the kids, whether they're young or old. And a special thank you to Charles Clapsaddle today for videoing today's events. I'd just like to say again, welcome to the park and to Heritage Day in the City of Palmetto. Have a very blessed and wonderful day. Thank you.
This year, because of what we're going to do, our focal point for today's events is the post office. And you'll learn everything there is to know about how the post office got here. But every year at Heritage Day, we have a cancellation. And today's is really special. And for that, I'm asking the postmaster, Mr. Al Davis, if he would take over at this time and do the cancellation program.
All right, good morning, everyone. Me and my wife moved down here about 3 years ago with our kids from Atlanta, and I tell you what, I really know now when I come to work every day how blessed I am to be able to work in a town like this. The people here are amazing. Those of you who've been into the post office know that when it comes to most post offices, I have a tremendous staff. Everybody in there does a great job. They're very friendly, and we really do try to make sure that we're a part of Palmetto and that we can serve Palmetto in a way that Palmetto deserves us to serve you guys. So one person that last year I was remiss to introduce, Brenda Perry, is one of my clerks. She comes out here every single year and serves the post office here for Heritage Day. So I'd like for everybody to give her, please, a round of applause for her time to come out here and be able to serve us out here. Where's Mr. Lee? Matthew? Come on up. Mr. Lee is one of the high school students here at Manatee School of the Arts, correct? And he did our cancellation this year. It's a wonderful cancellation. It's of the agricultural building. And every year we present a plaque with the a letter that we put, a framed letter with the cancellation on it. And I want to present Matthew with a picture of that so you can take it home and put it up on your wall. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. And Mayor, if I can get you to come on down. We want to be able to kind of keep this as a historical document also. So in doing that, we also every year present one to the mayor so that we can keep one here in Palmetto and keep kind of a historical record of these. We've been doing this now for about 6 years, so we want to present this to the mayor.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to add, while we have Matthew up here too, we usually have just a little ceremony where Al comes and joins with the artist and myself, and we actually hang this, the cancellation on the wall in the mayor's office. So y'all will be seeing that come up. We kind of have made that a tradition too. So we're very, very pleased with the cancellation and very proud for what you've done.
One other thing that Britta did remind me of, this cancellation we do in Palmetto, well, it goes in the national publication we have for the post office, and we do get requests over the entire world. Mailed-in requests for the special cancellation. We keep it at the post office for about 2 months. And people will send us letters and envelopes requesting this cancellation as a keepsake. And so this will be going all around the world as your cancellation. So I do appreciate it greatly. Thank you.
The Palmetto Historical Park had its beginnings back in 1914 when the Carnegie Library was built through the generosity of the Carnegie Foundation. Andrew Carnegie contributed monies throughout the United States to build many libraries. You can meet Andrew Carnegie at 11 o'clock this morning in the basement of our library. Learn more about him. In 1880, the Heritage Station Post Office was built in Palmetto near the Manatee River. It was the first freestanding post office in our town. It was in operation until World War I. In 1982, it was time for a change. Today, playing those folks who were instrumental in that change are Mayor Ken Burton, being played by Dick Pack, Fire Chief William Bellamy, being played by Cole Miller, Josephine Harrison, being played by the lovely Diane Ingram. Our sign guy, being played by Brian Varnador. And I'm yours truly, Michael Ingram. Watch now as we revisit what happened.
I'm Mayor Kenny Burton. I'm the mayor of the finest little city in Florida. And I'm doing an upgrade. I'm gonna make everybody nice looking, clean place to live in Palmetto. But look at this dump. It's rat infested, it's about to fall down, and I'm gonna proclaim that I'm going to condemn this building right there. It's condemned. Right now it's condemned.
Wait, Mayor, I have an idea.
An idea?
Well, my guys could use some practice on putting out some fires, and we haven't had a burn in a while.
Uh-oh.
How about we use this old building here for a firefighting exercise?
Ooh.
Fire exercise? That's a great idea.
Ooh.
Let me get my men.
Get your men and get out of here. Let's burn them rats out of that place.
Hey guys, we got a Code Red training down here at the Palmetto Waterfront. Get here quick.
We're gonna get Bernard Simmons back here.
Where's the fire? I said there's code red training. Not a code red. There's no fire yet. We're going to use this old building here as a firefighting exercise. Okay, we'll get it ready. All right, let's go.
Where's the gas? Can't start a fire without gas.
You boys, stop right there! What do you think you're doing?
We're gonna do a little training burn here. Burn the
Well,
building
ma'am,
down.
Miss Harrison, Mayor Burton here said it was okay to use this old building here as a firefighting exercise. We're just doing what he said to do.
Uh-oh. Get him.
What do you think you're doing? You can't burn this building down? What are you thinking? Are you crazy?
Joe, I wouldn't argue with you. I think it'd be a historical building. I think we gotta save this building.
We do! This old building was Palmetto's first post office. It is part of our local history, boy.
We gonna save it. We gonna save it. We're gonna move it up to the park. We're gonna save this building.
We are not.
Well, Miss Harrison, that sounds good, but as you can see, my guys could use the practice.
Well, all
No,
right.
Chief, you ain't using no practice. We saving the building.
Or else I'm going to have a little conversation here with the mayor.
No, we don't need no conversations, Joe. We don't need no conversations. You do too good talking when you talk.
The post office is safe.
Okay, boys, let's wrap it up. There's no fire today. Let's go.
Get that gas out of here. You might start a fire.
I was born in Scotland, and I just mentioned that I emigrated with my family. I should have said that one of the people that came with us at that time was my brother Thomas, and we got situated in the area around Pittsburgh. Why Pittsburgh? Because we had relatives that were already out there, which, you know, stands to reason. And then I became a bobbin boy in a factory making very small wage. And then I became a telegraph operator, which this is, the telegraph ... And to show you to some extent during that early time period, there's a lot of pictures in here. Some of this stuff I'll pass around because you can see it better. But this is what I looked like in 1862. And I'm talking about the 1850s at the moment. And during that time period, I got a job with Pennsylvania Railway with Thomas Scott. And eventually, during the mid-1850s, I made $15,000. Wow. And I said to myself, what am I going to do with all this money? Because I had never made anything like that before. That brought success. And as the Civil War came, and that's about when that picture was taken, I actually was sent by Thomas Scott to Washington, D.C. And there my job was to make sure that the telegraph lines were operating. And so I did that job. And at one time at the telegraph station, I actually met the president. What do you think I put in my diary? And by the way, I have some copies up here. I'm not going to pass this around, but During that time period, I had a diary, and I would record various people I met. I described them as ugly, witty, and I never met a great man who so thoroughly made himself one with all men as Mr. Lincoln. Wow. So that's what I recorded. I actually, at one point, you can see the telegraph lines here. I can pass this around too. Trying to keep up the telegraph wires. And eventually I got sick, and I went to Scotland for a while, and then came back. Well, at the end of the war, 1865, well, let's deal with one more thing before we end the war. Do you suppose I served during the Civil War? What do you think? No. Do you suppose I was drafted? No. Yes. Oh, you were? Oh, yes. Okay. And I don't know about the Confederacy, but I know in the North, if you were fairly wealthy, you could actually get somebody to serve for you. And so I paid about $350 for an Irishman to take my place. Okay? So that was not uncommon. Okay?
Good morning. Today with me I have Matthew Lee, and I'm going to ask him just a few questions about the cancellation that he designed for this year's Heritage Day celebration. Matt, are you go by Matt or Matthew?
Matthew.
Where do you go to school?
Mancy School for the Arts.
How did you hear about the competition?
My teacher, Miss Glad.
How long did it take you to design it?
About a week.
It's a really unusual design. How did you come up with that?
I like architecture a lot, and I wanted to do a realistic portrait of the historical building, the museum.
It's interesting. Were you surprised to find out what Mr. Davis, our postmaster, was saying about how widespread the requests for this are?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Actually, I didn't realize that myself, how far and wide that this was, pursued. So anyway, did you have anything else you want to share with us about today? Did you realize about Heritage Day and what it really means to the community?
No, I've never came before.
So you're going to come every year now, aren't you? Now that you know about how great events like this are in the city of Palmetto, right? Thank you, Matthew. It's a really nice thing that you've done, and really it'll live on in perpetuity because, as we found out, they keep these forever in the library, in the post office here in the park, so people can get those for years to come. So anyway, we appreciate your efforts and what you've done, and I know your parents are really, really proud of you, because I am too. Our building that was here on site was the Frankie Howes building, and many of us went through that facility, and that's where we gained our education throughout the years. Recently, it was torn down when it was replaced by the new Palmetto Elementary School. So this year for our fair, our CRA designed bags and incorporated in our fair booth some historical figures, which Frankie Howes was one of those. And at that point in time, we called Christine to have her come look at some of the historical statements and actually the plaque that was going on display. So were you kind of surprised at that?
I was surprised, but Frankie was pretty special. And I've been trying to live up to Frankie's image for a long time. She was quite the woman, quite ahead of her times, I think. She taught all kinds of fine arts and extra things to the kids, and started out making education what it is today.
Well, I'd like to say thank you, Christine, for coming back to our community and joining Palmetto, and also for being a volunteer in our park. And I know it has a special place in your heart, too. So yes. I'm glad you're here as a volunteer.
Well,
thank
thanks, you. Mayor. It was good talking with you.
Thank you. We've got Mara Michael Favorite here with us this morning, and she's recently written a book, and I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about it.
Basically, the book is a collection of historic images and the history of Palmetto told through the images.
What prompted you to write this type of book at this point in time?
Well, I have a Sunday column in the Bradenton Times, and it focuses on local history and folklore. And the publishing company contacted the city of Palmetto and asked if they knew a local author, and they gave them my name. I did a pitch for the company, and they picked me.
Part of our community redevelopment agency, one of our programs right now that we're working on is a total renovation and redevelopment of Sutton Park. And you have something kind of special linking you to that. So I just wonder if you'd kind of mention a little bit about the history there.
Sure. Sutton Park is actually named after my uncle, Ben Sutton, and he was killed in Vietnam in 1982. The Junior Women's Club named the park in his honor. We are about to do a renovation of Sutton Park with a walk of history, and I'm involved in picking some topics and community leaders that we're going to highlight in the walk of history.
What was the most interesting thing that you found out as you were doing your research for the book? Because I know it was extensive and gathering the pictures and everything. What was the most interesting thing that you found out?
I think that what I thought was really interesting was that there are so many influential women in the early 1900s, like Frankie Howes and Julia Atzeroth, Madame Jo, and just like the effect they had on the community, the Women's Club. It's just pretty amazing that they could do so many things at a time when, you know, they're kind of repressed or whatever.
So if someone were interested in getting a copy of your book, and maybe even one that's autographed on a local level, could you tell us how they could go about doing that?
I have autographed copies at Job and Jive, and also Dabware on Main Street, and Growers Hardware has them. I think the Earthbox store, Manatee Village, Historical Village, Palmetto Historical Village, and they're also available online at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Well, Palmetto certainly appreciates you taking the time and writing this book that highlights Palmetto's history. We really are appreciative of that, and you've done an excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you.
This kind of wraps it up for us today. Our Heritage Day celebration in the city of Palmetto. We had a wonderful event, great turnout, and we're really pleased with everything that's gone on here in the park. The Andrew Carnegie reenactment was excellent. If people missed that, hopefully they might get an opportunity to see something like that in the future. We're very thankful for all of our partners that help us here in the park and support us. And in particular, I'd like to say thank you to our Palmetto Historical Commission Board and to our Agricultural Museum Board, because they do so much, and also our staff here. So I'd like to say thank you, and I'm hoping that everybody had a great day today here, as I did. And the next event that we're really looking forward to in the city of Palmetto, of course, is our wonderful July 4th celebration. And this year, mark your calendar, we're going to have Three Dog Night, and of course fireworks will be on the river, and so even people in Bradenton will have an opportunity to share those fireworks. But you really need to be in the heart of beautiful downtown Palmetto in order to share the Three Dog Night concert that's sponsored by the Palmetto Community Redevelopment Agency.
Hi, I'm Ben Jordan. I want to welcome you to the first annual Parish Chili Cook-Off. You can see we're here with the 12 teams that have entered the cook-off, and you can see part of the crowd that's gathered here today. Have a great day. The weather's fantastic. We've got 2 more bands coming on, including Billy Rice. Let's walk down this way and meet some of the teams. Come on. welcome to the Gator Plumbing booth. I'm here with Bill. He's got some samples here, and I'd like to see what you're doing. What have you got there?
We got fresh gator tail. It has a garnishment on our chili. It is absolutely the best chili out here. I know you've heard it from everybody else, but you're not hearing it from me. This is officially the best chili in play.
In the whole thing.
In the whole thing.
In the whole thing. We've heard that from several teams, but this is the best. This is the best gator tail we've had today.
That guaranteed the best gator tail today.
We sure are glad to have you here. We appreciate it very much.
Appreciate being here.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
How about the crowd here today? What do you think?
Oh, this has been absolutely fabulous. It's so nice meeting so many neighbors and people that live here in our area, and just the camaraderie amongst not only the competitors, but everybody that's here.
Iris, you've lived in Parrish for a few years, 40 years. I wasn't going to give that out. What do you think about this crowd here?
I think it's the greatest we've had so far. This has been a huge celebration and a lot of great, nice people.
Fantastic. You're sort of new to our little area here, but you're about to move down here permanently, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Great. We're glad to have you here. What do you think about this? I know you got something recruited to this.
Yes, kind of said, I'm going to do this on Saturday. Do you want to come with me? And I said yes, but I think it's a fantastic way to have met a lot of people in the community, and they've already asked me if I'll come and help next year, so I said yes.
Well, I guess we're obligated to do this again next year. We hope to see you all out here next year at the Parrish Chili Cook-Off. Thanks. Hi, we've made our way down to the Williams PTO tent. We've had a lot of fun talking to everybody. Let me talk to these three ladies. What did you like about today?
It was great. We got to see a lot of people we knew come out and meet new people, and it was a lot of fun.
That's great. Donna Beals next to me here. Donna was on our committee to help us plan this. She got us a lot of the prizes that are going to go to the winning teams. Have you had fun?
Yes, I've had a blast. We've had so much fun. We can't wait till next year.
And you, Holly?
Yes?
Holly, tell us a little bit about what you liked about today.
Well, it was fun seeing all the children come up and cheer for their school, our Williams PTO, and all the Wolves. They were in the parade, enjoyed the parade this morning, and now they're ready to just have fun with the chili.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, it's great you guys had so much fun. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Frank Ferraro from Ferraro's Italian Grill. Frank is one of our sponsors of this event, and we sure appreciate it. Have you had a good time?
Wonderful time. I'm glad I joined this event. I'm very happy the turnout.
What are you serving today?
Today we have a sausage and pepper. We have a Philly cheesesteaks. We got pizza, garlic rolls. It's our northern flavors.
Yeah. You're teaching me about Italian food as I go on here, kind of thing. What do you think about the crowd?
The crowd is wonderful. Most of the people that are here are my customers in my restaurant, and it's a pleasure to see them here having a good time.
Well, I just want to tell you how much we appreciate you being a sponsor of the event, and we hope you're going to be back next year.
Love it.
Thanks a lot, partner.
Forward to it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hi, I'm here with Veronica, one of our 40-something vendors that we have at our event. And Veronica, you're with
the Relay for Life, Ellington Parish.
Tell us a little bit about what that is.
The Relay for Life is the American Cancer Society's biggest fundraiser throughout the world, actually, but we do have a local event here in Parish, Ellington. It's this April 27th and 28th. We do a wonderful caregiver and survivor dinner where we treat them, and this year's theme is birthdays, so please come out to this Ellington Parish Relay for Life, April 27th, 28th. Thank you so much.
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be at the Buffalo Creek Course on 69th Street over by the elementary school and the middle school.
We hope you'll have great turnout for this wonderful event. Thank you for coming, and we appreciate you being a vendor with us.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm here with Billy Rice. Billy and his band are headlining our event out here today, and we're so glad to have them. Billy, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing today.
Well, I'm glad to be out here. I actually rode the train before. I came out here, I think, Christmas before last, and rode the train down to a festival they were having down there, and all the kids did s'mores and everything else. And so that was a really great thing that I did. And so when Tammy Vaughn asked me to do this, and she said the old train station, I knew exactly what she was talking about and everything. And this is so much a part of Old Florida. It's a great thing to be a part of this event. And looks like everybody's having a good time. I hope when we get up there and play, they all come around and watch us. But, I'm sure they will, and as long as they're having fun, that's what counts.
That's it. This is a big family event. We're awful glad to have you out here. We sure appreciate you coming. Thanks very, very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We're wrapping this up. We sure appreciate you being here with us today. I want to thank the bands that are here, especially Billy Rice and his group. I want to thank all our wonderful sponsors for being here. I want to thank all the vendors. And most of all, I want to thank all the people that came out and enjoyed it with us. We really hope you'll be here with us next year at the Parish Heritage Day Festival and Chili Cook-Off. Y'all come on and see us now. Thank you.